Michael here, looking at Psalms 94 for our devotion, a psalm which may be subtitled, "The Lord Will Not Forsake His People." And we're focusing on the first three verses for the exposition, and also will entertain the introduction. Let's read these first three verses. Verse 1. O Lord God, to whom vengeance belongeth, O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Verse 2. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. And verse 3. Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph? And by way of introduction, Spurgeon pens, the writer sees evildoers in power and smarts under their oppression. His sense of divine sovereignty, of which he had been singing in the previous psalm, leads him to appeal to God as the great judge of the earth. This he does with much vehemence and importunity, evidently tingling under the lash of the oppressor. Confident in God's existence and assured of his personal observation of the doings of men, the psalmist rebukes his atheistic adversaries and proclaims his triumph in his God. He also interprets the severe dispensation of providence to be in very deed most instructive chastisements, and so he counts those happy who endure them. The psalm is another pathetic form of the old enigma, wherefore do the wicked prosper? It is another instance of a good man's perplexed by the prosperity of the ungodly, cheering his heart by remembering that there is, after all, a king in heaven by whom all things are overruled for good. And so as we get into the exposition, let's go ahead and read verse 1 again. O Lord God, to whom vengeance belongeth, O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Spurgeon exposits. O Lord God, to whom vengeance belongeth, O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Or God of retribution, Jehovah, God of retribution, shine forth. A very natural prayer when innocence is trampled down and wickedness exalted on high. If the execution of justice be a right thing, and who can deny the fact, then it must be a very proper thing to desire it, not out of private revenge, in which case a man would hardly dare to appeal to God, but out of sympathy with right and pity for those who are made wrongfully to suffer. Who can see a nation enslaved, or even an individual but downtrodden, without crying to the Lord to arise and vindicate the righteous cause? The toleration of injustice is here attributed to the Lord being hidden, and it is implied that the bare sight of him will suffice to alarm the tyrants into ceasing their oppressions. God has but to show himself, and the good cause wins the day. He comes, he sees, he conquers. But truly in these evil days we need a manifest display of his power, for the ancient enemies of God and man are again struggling for the mastery, and if they gain it, woe unto the saints of God. So verse 2, it reads, Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Ascend thy judgment seat, and be acknowledged as the ruler of men. And moreover, raise thyself as men do who are about to strike with all their might. For the abounding sin of mankind requires a heavy blow from thy hand. Render a reward to the proud. Give them measure for measure, a fair retaliation, blow for blow. The proud look down upon the gracious poor and strikes them from above, as a giant might hurl down blows upon his adversary. After the same manner, O Lord, lift up thyself, and return a recompense upon the proud, and let them know that thou art far more above them than thou can be above the meanness of their fellow men. The psalmist thus invokes the retribution of justice in plain speech, and his request is precisely that which patient innocence put up in silence, when her looks of anguish appeal to heaven. And verse 3 that reads, Lord, how long how long shall the wicked triumph? Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph? Shall wrong forever rule, as slavery, robbery, tyranny, never to cease? Since there is certainly a just God in heaven, armed with almighty power, surely there must be sooner or later an end to the ascendancy of evil. Innocence must one day find a defender. This how long of the text is a bitter complaint of all the righteous in all ages, and expresses wonder caused by that great enigma of providence, the existence and predominance of evil. The sound how long is very akin to howling, as if it were one of the saddest of all the utterances in which misery bemoans itself. Many a time has this bitter complaint been heard in the dungeons of the Inquisition, at the whipping posts of slavery, and in the prisons of oppression. In due time God will publish his reply, but the full end is not yet. Wow. Yes, indeed, the history that the word paints. God who sits high looks low. He will not forsake the righteous. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.